guys, welcome back to this channel. My name is Jessica and I remain your host on this channel, Jess Signatures. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful top. It's a dart manipulation top. The method of getting this top is called dart manipulation. Now, I don't know if you're a fashion designer, you should have been hearing about dart manipulation, and so that is why this year I've decided to challenge myself and challenge you all to do more of dart manipulations, because they really come out nice on the body. They are really professionally made. They are very easy to make, yet complicated but easy to make, but they give beautiful and outstanding results. So guys, if you're interested in watching or seeing how I made this video, please keep watching. From now on, not all of my tutorials would be made for a human being or for an adult. I will be using my beautiful miniature mannequin as well, because I find out it helps me to be more productive, because time I will be waiting to, sew for myself or maybe sew for a client, I would skip all of that and just use my miniature mannequin, because it uses less fabric and it makes me to put out more content for you, and I know you would like that. And that is my aim this year, to be more consistent than I was last year. Anyways, after all of this talk, if this is the first time you're seeing me on your screen, kindly subscribe to this channel. It will not cost you a thing. Just click on that red subscription button and that is it. You are subscribed. It will not cost you £1 or $1. Anyways guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You see the finger there, you give it a thumbs up so that YouTube will be able to push this video across to other subscribers and also other viewers on YouTube. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's not talk too much. Let's just get right into today's video. When you want to get that manipulation, the first thing you need is a basic bodice that has both the waist dart and the shoulder dart. Now, if you want me to do a detailed tutorial on how to make a bodice like this for you, let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to do that for you. But if you already know, let's continue with this tutorial. So now what we'll do is we'll close the shoulder dart. And for us to be able to effectively close the shoulder dart, we need to also open the waist dart, because dart manipulation is about transferring one dart to another place, from one where one is located to the other location. Let's put it that way. It's easier to remember like that. So now you can see, because I opened the waist dart, I've been able to close the shoulder dart effectively. Now, for the shoulder darts, you can decide to open any of the dart leg that you wish to. Any of the dart leg that you wish to is fine. You can decide to open it up and then close it. Then you do the same thing you did on this side to the other side of the pattern, because your pattern has to be identical. And like I said, you can open any of the dart leg. You can see the particular dart leg I'm working with here is not the one I worked with on the other side. So it all works. All you need to do is close it up. Now for the spacing you're seeing at the top of the pattern is because I did not through the dart of this pattern. Now, if you don't know how to make a shoulder dart, you would not understand what I meant by through the pattern. But like I said in the beginning of this video, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a detailed tutorial on how to make a shoulder dart. But aside that, I think every other thing is well explained in this video. Now you can see the reason I fast forward this is because I was just trying to show you how it's going to look if it's a normal bodice that you just want to take in your waist dart. This is how it's supposed to look if you're taking in your waist dart. But here we are not taking in the waist dart, instead we are closing it up. You see that in a minute after I unravel. Now I'll cut the second dart leg so that I will have that place open. Now after doing that, after having that place open, I'll go ahead and then I'll decide how I want the spacing of my slash lines to be for the pleats in front. Remember, we have a pleat in front, so now you decide the spacing you want. Now at the end of this video, I'd want you to watch to the end so that you see a correction that I made concerning this part. But let's keep going. Now I want to transfer the dart to where I ruled this line. I ruled this line from the starting of my dart head to the other dart head, because that is where we'll be transferring the dart to. That is where our pleat is going to be located. Now I went ahead and did 1 inch each for my line spacing, but I later reduced it to 0.75 because this is a miniature mannequin, and the spacing will just be too much, and I wanted more pleats as well. So I'll go ahead and slash that line open so I'll be able to close the second waist dart, because we don't need that waist dart, we need it to be closed, we need it short. So for us to close it effectively, we have to cut the second dart leg out and then close it up with a tape or a gum, whichever you use and whichever works for you. Now after closing it up, you can see we've successfully transferred that dart to that line that we drew, and that is what we want to achieve here. That is what we want to do here. We want to transfer the dart. After transferring the dart, we extend that line towards the armhole of the pattern. Then we'll use that as a guide to continue rolling our lines, slanted lines. Remember I told you I reduced my slash line to 0.75 instead of 1 inch. So you can decide to do whichever works for you. Just make sure you're slashing. That's just basically what you need to do here. Whichever spacing you give will determine the fullness, will determine not the fullness, will determine the amount of pleats that you have. What will determine the fullness you see in a jiffy. So we just cut through here, and make sure that you do not cut through. You cut through. Here I have to tape it back because it was a mistake. So we'll just have to cut to that point. We're not going to cut through, we're just going to cut to. Now after taping it down, I'll go ahead and cut the other lines. Remember we have 4 lines, so we'll go ahead and cut all of the 4 lines to the edge. That is what it means. And then after cutting the 4 lines, this is where the magic happens. At this point, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to this channel, turn up your post notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post any new video, and then give this video a thumbs up, that is, like this video if you like it, because when you do that, it will help you to push this content to other subscribers or other viewers on YouTube. Thank you as you do so in advance. Well, you can see how I'm taking my time, and on purpose I did not fast forward so that you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing here, because that manipulation can be tricky, but if you pay close attention you definitely get it. You bring out a fresh paper now so that we'll be able to do our slash and spread. We know we've already slashed, so we want to now cover where we already slashed, the way we do our normal slash and spread method. You can decide how much spread you want. Here I went ahead to do 1 inch for each of the lines, or for each of the slash lines. I went ahead to do 1 inch in between each slash lines. Now for a proper bodice, no, this is for a miniature mannequin, so I can get away with doing 1 inch, but for a proper bodice I'd advise you start from 2 inches or 1.5 inches, just so you have fuller pleats along the bust region. But if you're fine with the small pleats that 1 inch would give you, then why not? And you know, the more pleats you use, the more fabric you would use as well. If you don't understand anything, let me know in the comment section. I am here for you, and I'm here to guide you all the way. So I'm just going ahead to add extra tape to where I've already added tape before, just to keep everything in place. And then you see that it's time for us to pleat it. It's time for us to pleat it back into that dart that we open. Here I'm just taping everything down so that the pattern will not be moving around. It will not be moving where it's not supposed to. So I'll just go ahead and tape it down and then start pleating. You just pleat towards the upper bodice. Because of the design we're making today, you pleat towards the upper bodies, and you pleat each of the sections, each of the slash lines. You just pleat them, tape when necessary, so that you not have patterns moving here and there, and then you pleat. Now once we're done pleating, you can see what we have. We'll now go ahead and cut that excess paper off. So when we cut it off, you'll see that our dart is now open the way it was before from the start, because we have already closed the pleat. Now the dart is open, and then after opening up the dart, you should know where we're going to from here. But for now, let's take it step by step. After opening up the dart, you just go ahead and cut around the patterns on all the parts that you don't need. Wherever you need to through the dart, you through the dart, and then that's basically it for this pattern. After getting this pattern, we'll now go into the cutting and the sewing of this pattern. Note, this I am doing on a miniature mannequin. That is why it is this small. If you're doing for an adult, for a human being, it's going to be bigger than this. Now you can see I've already shown you how you're going to close. From this pattern, I don't even need to cut on fabric and show you, because everything is well explained. I hope everything is well explained and easy to follow. That manipulation is really easy and interesting to do. So I'll go ahead and cut now on my fabric. Put my So guys, this is like a bonus for you, so that you would not make the same mistake I made. You know, I'm here so that you don't make mistakes. Now, you know, I started my slash line from this dart edge. Now what I want you to do is come down even half an inch or 1 inch below your dart. Half an inch is just perfect, but if you just want to be safer, you can come down 1 inch, but half an inch is okay for you. Now what this does is, instead of pleating directly from this place, let me get it well. Okay, now instead of pleating directly to this place, now having that poking I was having here on mine, what this does is it eliminates that poking. Now you will now start from here, because you already come down half an inch, so you would start from here. So by the time you close it up, there will be no poking at this part if you close it properly. So do yours. Let me know how it came out. Share it with me on any of my social media handles. Just Signatures on Instagram, Just Signatures on TikTok, and Just Signatures Clothing on Facebook. All right guys, till next time.